Welcome back to the Bible Reading Project. It is
Monday.
Oh, got my best friend Ryan Holdeman here, hoping to inspire you to read the Bible every single day.
Zero excuse.
Do you have any excuses?
I have a lot of excuses, but none of them are worthy.
None of them are worthy. So if you have none worthy excuses, I want you right now to open up. Most people don't know you're a vocal star. You were just singing a worship tune, man. You were getting your heart right. You weren't scrolling Instagram. You were preparing your soul for this week. You were singing worship. I want you to just right now on a Monday, I want you to just, man, introduce your worship to people and let their soul right now just set the mood, man, for the whole week.
All right.
And it was an old tune, man.
Yeah.
You went deep dive.
Yeah.
So just deep dive, man. I'm gonna close my eyes, take my hat off. Go ahead.
All right, church, stand to your feet.
This is good.
Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. And I forgot the next line.
That was good, though, man.
Thank you.
That was awesome. I almost felt like I would harmonize with you. Yeah, thank you. Packed out house today. People found out where we film.
Do we have a live studio?
We have a live studio. Give it up, dude. Live studio audience, man. Is it not fun? It's awesome. Better with live people. Yeah. We have prison tap people in the room, man. We have ex-Marine Corps people in the room. We have our magic man. Yeah. I call him Magic Man.
Yeah.
He puts the magic on the movie. We just read the Bible.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a green card.
Doesn't even have a green. Magic Man right there, man. Yeah. Joey, our Magic Man editor. Are you ready for this week?
I'm ready.
Dude, trivia this week.
Yeah.
I'm going way on. Nope, I'm going out on a limb.
Okay.
You will get all 10 of them.
Okay.
I feel it.
All right.
All 10. I don't even have a doubt in my soul. All right. My spirit girl is just alive.
All right.
And on fire. I'm excited about it. So tell me real quick, before we dive into Psalm chapter 66, what has Jesus been doing in your life, man?
A lot of good stuff. Mostly just confirming to me that, because, as humans, life hits us and it's like, man, God, are you even there? But just time and time again, especially over the last month or so, just confirming in me that, he's, one, got me right where he needs me to be, wants me to be, and two, that he's real.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
I like it. Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
I want to call her.
Uncancel.
And you know what's going to have to happen? I got rebuked that I have an old picture.
Oh.
And I thought the picture was great. Look at the teeth.
Yeah.
They're all
very
fake.
Pearly white.
Pearly white teeth. Like beautiful green eyes.
Right.
But I was told this is not the real her.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So I got to put it, but I want to call her.
Okay.
Because I want to ask her something.
All right.
Call Robin, who you also call what?
Nubs.
Yeah. That's awesome. See if we'll pick it up. Yeah, here we go. I think she'll answer. We'll see. It's Monday. Let's just start off right.
You got to.
Yeah.
Maybe she has a critique for us.
I'll let you ask her.
All right.
She's not going to answer. She knows it's Monday.
Right.
She hasn't read her Bible probably in a month.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, the old sacrificial lamb. She doesn't want me to call her.
Your call has been forwarded.
So we'll just try back because I got something I want to do.
Okay.
I want to ask her publicly to critique us. I think we're getting better.
I do.
Studio's filling up with people.
That's right.
Like we're probably going to have COVID rules in here.
Right.
It's going to pack out so much.
Yeah.
And so I want to get some advice on how to go to the next level. I don't even know how you take the Bible to the next level, but I feel like me and you could go to the next level. Like we could take ourselves another notch.
If I had to make a prediction, like to go further up, probably not you, but me, probably have to lose some weight so that.
Speaking before we jump in, chin up. It's the end of March.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
You're to do one chin up by the end of March. We've got about 3 days.
Yeah.
So
we're still working on it.
Still working on it.
Yeah.
Can you do one?
Do one?
There's one chin up.
No.
We've got a Marine Corps guy.
Yeah.
Who's in the Marines. Sir of the Marines. Thank you, by the way, Marine Corps guy. Can you do, because you're big. I mean, he was tiny. He looked like he had worms. Now he looks healthy. Can you still do a chin up? A few.
Nice.
Okay, so would you train him to do a chin up? Three's good. We don't.
Yeah.
He just
We just
needs
wanna do
one.
one.
He's got 2 days to get one. Or you owe me $100, right? If you don't get it, wasn't that it? He owed all of us
Wait,
$100.
hold on,
if
I don't
you couldn't
remember
do it.
this.
I do.
remember that
We'll go
part.
back and dig it up, but I think you're going to owe us some money. So why don't you jump in? It's Psalm 66. Jump in, read it today. Let's have a good time. And I want to banter. You ready?
Yeah.
I want to banter about the Bible. I'm going to dig it deep. So it may sting this week if you're watching, because we're just going to banter about the Bible. Not stupid stuff.
Right.
Not funny stuff. As my wife says, y'all are just silly.
Yeah.
She uses the word silly. And then you know what she did after she called me silly? Asked me out on a date and wanted me to pay for it.
That's silly.
That's silly.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. Read it, man. Psalm 66, 20 verses today. New Living Translation. It'll be good.
Shout joyful praises to God, all the earth. Sing about the glory of his name. Tell the world how glorious he is. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. Your enemies cringe before your mighty power. Everything on earth will worship you. They will sing your praises, shouting your name in glorious songs. Come and see what our God has done, what awesome miracles he performs for people. He made a dry path through the Red Sea, and his people went across on foot. There we rejoiced in him, for by his great power he rules forever. He watches every movement of the nations. Let no rebel rise in defiance. Let the whole world bless our God and loudly sing his praises. Our lives are in his hands, and he keeps our feet from stumbling. You have tested us, O God. You have purified us like silver. You captured us in your net and laid the burden of slavery on our backs. Then you put a leader over us. We went through fire and flood, but you brought us to a place of great abundance. Now I come to your temple with burnt offerings to fulfill the vow I made to you. Yes, the sacred vows that I made when I was in deep trouble. That is why I'm sacrificing burnt offerings to you, the best of my rams as a pleasing aroma, and a sacrifice of bulls and male goats. Come and listen, all who fear God, and I will tell you what he did for me. For I cried out to him for help, praising him as I spoke. If I had not confessed the sin of my heart, the Lord would not have listened. But God did listen. He said he paid attention to my prayer. Praise God, who did not ignore my prayer or withdraw his unfailing love from me.
That's good, man. Verse 7 is what jumped out to me.
Okay.
For by his great power he rules forever. And then this, he watches every movement of the nations. And then it commas to this, let no rebel rise in defiance. Tell me how, go back to our 2020 election, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it was hot all over the internet.
Yeah.
Like, Trump is the man.
Right.
God spoke to me. I had a dream. Trump's going to, there was a prophet that had prophesied years ago. It's going to be a Trump. God's going to set a Trump in. And so you got the prophets of Kim Clement happening. You got the prophecies of those in the moment happening, prophesying Trump's going to get back in. Trump's in, man. Trump, if you're a Christian, it's Trump. It's Trump. Then you've got the other team, Joe Biden, get the guy out, get Trump out. Trump is this, Trump is that. He's a homophobe. He's a racist. Mm-hmm. And, you know, for a year or more, it was just shoved down our throat. We said this a few weeks ago. It divided churches.
It did.
People left churches because some pastors voted for Trump. Other people left because they were sick of the whole liberal movement going inside the church. And so this 2020 election was a little different in the sense of you have an economic global crisis. You have an election that's splitting God's house down the middle. You have prophets prophesying, and it's seemingly what they prophesied didn't come to pass. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it's not like you call them and go, dude, you were wrong, right? But it does cause one to be skeptical for the next round. Like everybody's prophesying. So then it can come across, well, maybe we didn't pray enough. We did not fast enough.
Right.
The we being the team that loses.
Yeah.
You know, the losing team. You didn't get your guy into office, so you lost. Mm-hmm. So you didn't pray. You need to pray harder. You need to get Christians. You need to fast more, you know, no matter which way. Because the weird thing is there were Christians praying for Joe Biden to get in, and there were Christians praying for Trump to get in. Mm-hmm. And then the Christians praying for Trump to get in said, I can't believe you would pray for Biden to get in because they support abortions and all this, and they're liberal, and they're going to take away our Second Amendments. And then this group says, I can't believe you would pray for Trump to get in because he's a racist homophobe. How could you even be a Christian and like people like that? Yeah. Well, he's not that way. You've been sold by fake media. No, it's not fake media. You just, you know.
Yeah. conspiracy theories.
Yeah, dear God. So your head starts swimming, right?
Yep.
Where do you see God involved in all this, in politics? Does he even care? Is he involved? Is it up to me and you? Or should we have prayed harder for our team to win or somebody's team to win? How much involved is God in planet Earth? Because if God is involved in planet Earth, we got two problems, or a problem. First problem is the team that lost didn't pray hard enough. Right. You got the wrong guy in. Everybody regrets it, so to speak, which is about half the nation. Right. You got them split down the middle, so to speak. But the reality is, if he did get in, Joe Biden, and God is over politics, then God wanted Joe Biden in.
Right.
What's your take?
I think God is involved in establishing kings and rulers. And
Okay,
stuff,
tell me why.
Because it says it in the Bible.
Even bad ones?
I don't know. Yeah.
So let me read the verse, okay? Because you gave the verse. So I'm going to read it because it is in the Bible. You didn't just make that up. And sometimes people think we do, but we don't.
Yeah.
So here it is, and you quoted it. This Daniel chapter 2, verse 21. Says he controls, that's God, he controls the course of world events. He removes kings and he sets other kings up and he gives wisdom to the wise. So yeah, you're right. God puts them in. Explain to me how God, who, according to this, controls the course of world events, could put a Joe Biden in office who is going to propagate more abortion, fund more abortion, kill more babies, and then yet God, quote, puts him in. Explain how you would tell that to someone who wanted to fight that argument.
I think I like the analogy that you use. It's like a river, and at the end of this river, that God has somewhere He's trying to get us to. It's a flow of that we're going somewhere, and so when we jump into that river, you do the course of it does take us by some places that are dark and that are evil. But ultimately the river is a flow of prophecy to get us to this time where a kingdom is going to be reestablished, and that is the kingdom of God, the millennial reign, the coming again of Jesus. And so that's what I kind of see all this as, is it's just the river is going past this time to bring that all in, because it does have to happen. There does have to be all this evil running rampant like the days of Noah. It does have to be, I'm not saying Joe Biden is the Antichrist, but it does have to usher in this guy that comes in and is real charismatic. It does have to. So that's how I can see it happening, is that it's not that God makes it happen, it's just that He allows it to happen.
Okay. So you believe that God is over all the nations, right? And then God's like, ticked at him this time, so I'm just going to back off and let whatever happens.
Yeah.
Or that God, even though He may be frustrated with humans, is not just backing off, going, just whatever happens, in case of rah, but that God actually makes it happen. Do you think He backs away? Or do you think He just and lets us do us? Or do you think He's so involved in the nations that He actually, this is what this is, He actually removes them and sets them up.
Right.
And yet I'm thinking I'm voting for them, which is a weird thought.
Right.
But my vote turns into God is actually removing and setting people up. How would you answer that real quick?
Yeah, I think that He does, but He uses his people, right, to establish those things.
That's good. Here's my take on it, and I'll be quick since we don't want to go too long. I think that God is always working a kingdom thing, like you said, right? That flow I would call the kingdom. And it never stops. It will work through a prostitute, Rahab, the harlot. Right. It will work through a Jezebel.
Right.
It will work through an Elijah. It will work through a Nebuchadnezzar. With God, it's running a course.
Yeah, right.
And whatever it runs into, it will use or get out of the way.
Right.
I'll either set something up that I'm going to use, or I will remove it out of the way, but I'm headed somewhere, right?
Right.
So I'm either going to use it for the advantage of the kingdom and move my kingdom forward, or I'm going to move it out of the way for the advantage of my kingdom and move my kingdom forward.
Right.
So when we see that he sets up a king, and if it's a good righteous king, we're like, yeah, God set that up.
Yeah.
But if that unrighteous king is Nebuchadnezzar, and we go, well, God didn't set that up.
Right.
But God did, because the Nebuchadnezzar, Pharaoh in Egypt, Nebuchadnezzar, Assyria, Medo-Persia, Greece, Rome, every one of those entities in the Bible, specifically the Old Testament, that are moving to Jesus, right? We're on a path to the kingdom of Christ.
Yeah.
And God sends Nebuchadnezzar, and they get taken off into Babylonian captivity. But God uses that nation to pull his people back to him.
Right.
So in a weird way, God used an evil person, not evil. God's not evil. There's no evil in God.
Yeah, right.
But God took that evil person, set him up, because what God was going to teach the nation is, you've turned your back on me, you're going to reap what you sow.
Right.
And I'm going to let, whether you say allow, or I'm going to set that person in. I didn't set them in to do evil to you.
Yeah.
I set them in to pull you back to my kingdom path.
Right.
And I believe, even though, gosh, we probably have people on both sides of the fence with Joe Biden and Trump, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, literally both camps claiming Christian and this is our man. But the reality is, if Joe Biden is sitting in charge, then there's something about Joe Biden that's going to move our kingdom forward.
Right.
So let's say Joe Biden does fund multi-million dollars to Planned Parenthood to kill more babies. There's going to be more babies murdered in the next 4 years than ever before. Right. We're going to funnel, man. We're going to funnel. Let's say Joe Biden, his first month in, dropped bombs on Syria.
Yeah.
We hadn't been in a war in a long time. His first month in, man, he's dropping bombs. First 100 days in, Joe Biden's dropping taxes high taxes. Gas is nearly going toward triple now, right? We're less than 6 months in. Yep. You look at that and go, man, how could that be God?
Yeah.
That just so easy. But then on the other side, you're like, hey, he got rid of a racist, so I'll pay higher taxes to get rid of a racist, And you look at God working with both men. I think the thing that goes on with Joe Biden specifically, if you just look at the things he does that are anti-Bible, I'm not going to go with taxes. You pay taxes, pay taxes. Right. Anti-Bible, not anti-Constitution.
Yep.
Everybody can fight the Constitution. I'm a Second Amendment dude, a free speech dude. We can fight that. But anti-Bible, abortion is anti-Bible.
Right.
Why would God put an anti-Bible guy in charge of our nation? I believe because what it's called to do, it's called to stir the righteous anger in God's people.
Right.
So we dust ourselves off, get over our pity parties, and get out and begin to win souls, man. Get out and begin to make a difference.
Right.
So thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah.
We will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.